Make the world a better place. Here's how. Think global and act local. Argument Writing 2020. We are going on to session 4. So here we go. Today in session 4, we will read some leads and you will write your lead and you'll share it with your partner. Then you will read a conclusion and you will write your conclusion and share it with your partner. You're going to do some noticing too. So let's get started. We always start with the rubric. If you want to know how you will be graded, take a look at the rubric, and then we go on to the checklist. As always, you can stop this video to check the checklist out. On we go. Types of leads. So for this project, we're going to offer you 4 different types of leads. There are many types of leads. I'm going to offer you 4. I'm going to show you 4 different types of leads. My favorite lead is the personal story lead that takes us to your thesis and your claim. So personal story, people love personal stories or stories about somebody or something, some type of story to get us in. Another way to do this is to start with a strong statement, a statement that gets people's attention. Or you could start with a fact, some data. But don't choose one that's from your evidence paragraphs. You've already talked about that. Or you will, because we're doing the lead right now, right? Or you could combine these. Now I'm going to show you some examples of these and how I did that with mine. So, what is my thesis? My thesis statement, my claim? It is that the quality of drinking water in Flint, Michigan is a problem. Now, you should probably already have this slideshow opened up, and you want to also have your writing guide opened up. And you'll notice that session 4 starts with letter A and it says, my thesis statement, my claim is. So do that now. You can stop the video, write your thesis statement, your claim. You always want to have that in mind as we do this project. You don't want to go off on some tangent and start talking about something else. Oh, and I notice that B is the 4 types of leads. I better remember that. You can stop the video and check that out. I'm going to go back. So here we go. Back to our slideshow. Let's take a look at 4 different types of leads. I'm going to be reading to you a little bit. Again, if I'm reading too fast, you can slow this down. So, types of leads, a personal story. Remember, I chose this topic because it's important to me. So, of course, I can tell a story about it. Here's what I wrote. I love water. When I was younger, summer meant it was time to go to the lake. At the lake, we would swim and canoe. We would have picnics and skip rocks. Sometimes we would just sit on the dock with our feet in the water and feed the ducks. When it was hot, nothing was as refreshing as ice-cold water right from the water fountain or kitchen sink. Not everyone can drink the water at their home. In some places like Flint, Michigan, the water is contaminated with lead. The quality of drinking water in Flint, Michigan is a problem that must be fixed. Notice what I did. I started with a story, a personal story. That's me going to the lake. But I wanted to get us down to my thesis statement. Another type of lead is a strong statement. Don't drink the water. That's right. You can't drink the water. That water will make you sick today and cause long-lasting problems into the future. Problems with your brain and with your body. Drinking water should not cause health problems. Water should be the healthiest of choices to quench your thirst. In Flint, Michigan, however, the drinking water is contaminated with lead. The quality of drinking water in Flint, Michigan is a problem that must be fixed. Notice I started with a strong statement. Don't drink the water. I want to get people's attention. That's what a lead is for. Then I bring us into Flint, Michigan. That's the goal. I take us from my strong statement into Flint, Michigan, and most of my thesis statement. Here's another one. You might try a fact or some data. 99,000 people. That was the population of Flint, Michigan in 2014. The Guardian, July 3rd, 2018. 99,000 people who had families such as moms, dads, brothers, sisters, and grandparents in Flint. 99,000 people who worked, went to school, played outside, and cooked dinner. 99,000 people who drank the water. 99,000 people who drank water that was contaminated with lead. The quality of drinking water in Flint, Michigan is a problem that must be fixed. Notice in this one, I kept repeating the data. It was really good data. It was short data, but it was really good. I also made the thesis statement, my claim, its own paragraph. A fourth type of lead is to combine all of these. And this is the one that I will end up using. I love water. In Minnesota, when I was younger, summer was a time to go to the lake. At the lake, we would swim and canoe. We would have picnics and skip rocks. Sometimes we would just sit on the dock with our feet in the water and feed the ducks. The 99,000 people of Flint, Michigan like to do the same thing. They too love their outdoor water. But if you are thirsty in Flint, don't drink the tap water. That's right, you can't drink the city water. That water will make you sick and cause long-lasting problems with your brain and with your body. In Flint, Michigan, the water is contaminated with lead. The quality of drinking water in Flint, Michigan is a problem that must be fixed. So, I have 4 different types of leads. If you'd like to stop now and go to your document, right, you can fill in those 4 types of leads, but I would wait for a minute because we're going to get down to that little green box on the bottom. So, the goal is to bring the reader into your thesis statement, into your claim. So on your writing guide, session 4, A, B, and C, we just took a look at it. Here it is again. A, B, and C. I'd like you to write your lead. Write your lead. Would you please stop this video and write your lead? Okay, welcome back. Hopefully your lead is done. I'm sure you did a good job with it. Of course, you can always ask for help if you need help with your lead. Now, we'd like to take some time and have you share it with your partner. On your study guide, you will notice that you have this box. You're going to spend some time with your partner, and your partner you're going to do the first 2 parts. The lead was good because, and the lead could be my lead could be made better by, and just type in what your partner said. So go do some work with your partner. You can stop the video and go do that now. So you finished the partner work about the lead. So let's go on. Let's talk about the conclusion. Which lead did you start with? Telling a personal story? Strong statement? Some facts, some data? Combine these? Good. Your conclusion will bring us back to the lead. It's going to remind us of the evidence, and it's going to tell us that there are steps that we can take. It's not going to say the steps. We'll save that for another session. So let me show you what I did. Here's my conclusion. Enjoying the lakes and rivers in the summer is important to many people in Michigan. More important, though, is the safety of the drinking water. No one should be taking in lead when drinking a glass of tap water. No child should have learning problems by drinking water at home. One of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals is for there to be clean water for everyone in the world. This includes the people of Flint, Michigan. Thankfully, steps are being taken to improve the water quality in Flint. Many say it's not happening fast enough. To find out what you can do now to help reach the goal of clean water for all, see the text box for suggestions. There's my conclusion. So, let me show you what I did. So, as I said before, the conclusion is going to bring us back to the lead, remind us of the evidence, and tell us that there are steps we can take. Did I do that? I think I did. That yellow part there brings us back to the lead. Remember, in my lead, I talked about the lakes and rivers in the summer. I brought us back to that. So, I reminded us of the evidence. My evidence was talking about taking in lead when drinking the water and the learning problems. Then, the final part, I mentioned that you can look at the text box for suggestions. One other thing I did here is I threw in something about the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. If you took your problem from that list of Sustainable Development Goals, mention it here. It sounds really good. So you can do that. All right, so your conclusion. On your writing guide, session 4D, write your conclusion. Again, that looks like this. You did this part, right? You did your lead, and now you're going to do your conclusion. Do that now, please. Let's do some partner work. You're going to share it with your partner. Share your conclusion. You just wrote it. Did it turn out okay? I hope so. So your conclusion was good because your conclusion could be made better by. Just type in what your partner says. And then if there's anything else your partner tells you, other things that you should know, do that. So go ahead and go back to your writing guide and do that now. All right, here's the thing. Did you notice the big picture? I hope you noticed it. So if you think about this whole project, it's like a big modified meal paragraph. You start with your thesis statement and your claim, that's the M. Then you do some evidence, some analysis, some evidence, some analysis, and a last thought. It's like meal. You have 2 E's and 2 A's. Did you get that? I hope you saw that. All right, that's the end of session 4. Stay tuned for what's next.